This is very true that if you can continue to try to run away from the lessons that life is trying to give you, but it's always going to come back around. Like, you repeat the same lesson in life until you actually pass the lesson and learn the lesson and internalize the lesson and move in that way of the lesson. Like, talk like it, walk like it, embody it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it not be just from, just wanting your life just to change, but you actually make the change within inside yourself internally for your external world to actually change for you. So it's like, you know, let's say, for example, analogy, you get out of a relationship with someone, it's not healthy, it's not good to rush into a relationship or anything with anybody else, because you have not took the time to be to yourself, to reflect, to process, to see where you participated and allowed certain things to happen to you, or just in the situation alone, taking accountability, journaling, doing like the shadow work, acknowledging your shadows, and also not only sitting in the energy, but also finding ways to cope with it and actually sit with it, because people will probably run and smoke or drink to like not have to sit with those emotions, actually feel them, because to actually heal you got to feel those energies but also release them, but you actually got to go through feeling them. So you can't just be hopping to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, because that distracts you from the actual healing process. You got to actually be able to be okay with being alone, and be okay with going reading alone, um like anything that you do alone, take a walk alone, go to the park alone. Like, you have to be alone to actually relearn who you truly are. Otherwise it's just like you're constantly being around other people. You're acknowledging their personalities, their behaviors, their actions. You're not able to acknowledge your own in any way or facet. So it's like, sit with it, sit with the emotions, sit in the experiences or the memories. You know, acknowledge the lesson within them, not so much whether the experiences were good or bad, but focus on the actual meaning and the lesson behind it. Like, when you were like with the person, or this could be friends, it could be family, were you not like setting boundaries? Were you staying on the phone too long when you knew the phone call was being drained, it was starting to drain you? Were you like staying in a relationship, or a friendship, that it just seemed like there was no longer respect there? Like, the longer you stay, it's like you allow, or you accept, like you're agreeing to the treatment, whether it's good or bad. So it's like, especially if it's bad and you don't leave the situation, or you don't create a way for you to escape, it's just like, okay, well, the universe and God sees it as like, well, if she's not going to help herself, or he's not going to help herself, or they're not going to help themselves, then we're not going to help them. Like, it'll just continue until, because you are the creator of your reality, you get to choose, just like a movie. This is a perfect analogy. Just like a movie, if you don't like the movie, or there's scenes in the movie, you could either skip it, or you could switch to a whole new movie. Think about it in life. If it's a certain situation, person, place, or thing, situation or scenario that you don't like, you you can remove yourself from it, which means you step into a whole new reality. You step into a whole new timeline. You step into a whole new scenery, because you're no longer with that individual. So it's like, okay, now you wake up by yourself, but now what things you can do now? You can do your inner work, but now you can return to yourself, your true authentic self, and remember the things that you like to enjoy, or the times when it was hard in the past as well. But you could bring those things back up, those coping mechanisms, or those things that you did, whether it was reading, whether it was writing, whether it was drawing, whether it was painting, whether it was coloring in a coloring book, like things like that, that keeps you well rounded and keeps you not so hyper fixated on one thing, or a person, place, or thing. You know, that's how you stay balanced and stuff. I know this video is kind of getting too long, but yeah.